Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So yes, I'm finally taking out my hair. Um, let's see. So I'm working on an intro. So please bear with me. I might I might put the intro on my videos. And just to see how you guys like it. But yes, I'm still working on my intro. I have not been satisfied enough to release it yet, add it on to it. But you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And then I can always change it later. But today, we are talking about how I finished my book. Not only how I finished my book, but how I published my book. If you remember, oh yeah. If you remember, the other day, we really broke down how to finish the book itself, how to edit the book itself. And so to wrap it up, we're going to talk about how to publish the book. So give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. Windows. And this cat is just knocking everything down. Like everything. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay, better. Okay. Um, so which what we are working on now is publishing the book. So this is step 13 of the overall steps that helped me get to where I was. Everybody's like I said before, like I say in every video, everyone's steps are going to be different based on what their skill set is coming into it, as well as the resources they have available, and how they want to get it out. So if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video with as many people as you possibly can, and hit the notification so that you can be the first to see what's going on in the world of Real Talk TV. Step 13, please go back and look at all the other steps, the videos with the other steps. We are on step 13, which is check in with a local university or literacy program. This is important because what I have learned in my journey of I self-published, in my journey of publishing, is that if you are starting out and you are doing this on a budget, there are so many universities. There are literacy programs in almost every state in this country that will help you uh, if you just put in the work, put in the effort to look it up. There will be a university that has a writing program of some type. I don't know what they call it. It might be the English. They might call it the English department. They might call it the professional writing department. They might call it the creative writing department. There are different depending on what university you go ask. But there will be a department where you can possibly get assistance with editing. Um, I could have easily went to the university that I graduated from. So if you went to college, reach out to them. You would be considered an alumnus, and so you would be able to get those resources without any question, without any question. And it wouldn't be that difficult. Could you go to a university that you didn't attend Absolutely. One of my editors in the very beginning stages, in the middle stage, I would say, was from a very prestigious university in my state. So definitely utilize those free resources. There are editing software and sites as well as apps that offer a free version. So take that into consideration as well. You have freelance editors, which you'll pay for, but they definitely, the price ranges. You can find one that works within your budget. I utilize Upwork. It is a website that I thought was really good. And Upwork had, oh my goodness, just a list of different writers and their skill sets, editors and their skill sets, just professionals within the writing world. And I found someone who was essentially a jack of all trades, and we ended up being really close, and are friends to this day, because I was able to, assess and figure out and find out how this person worked for me, and definitely within my budget. So you wanna make sure that you figure out where you stand financially, what can you afford, and then work from there. And definitely utilize those free or low cost resources. Step 14, figure out how you want to publish. This is so important. So I don't know much about publishing houses. I don't know much about taking my work to a publishing company, because I've never done that. I went through, I did some research to figure out if it was something that I wanted to do. And I found that you need, in order to pretty much essentially get into a publishing house or with a contract, a contract with a publishing company, you need a what is it called? Kind of like a advocate. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm having another brain fart as usual, but you need someone who is going to advocate for you, who's going to, work to get you into these publishing houses, who's going to push, who's going to be able to write the query letters that need to be written. You have to, it's almost like auditioning. You have to audition for these publishing companies. And so that requires a lot more work. That requires, you know, um, a lot more research. And so I would suggest think about that as well, because once you've done the research to find the y'all man kind of like a manager. Once you find someone who is going to assist you in that process, they can reach out to the companies and find the best company for you. And then that company will be your publisher and your distributor and your promoter, all of that. You could sell your book, you could go out and sell your own book, but the benefit is they put on all that other effort into it. You won't have to find an editor. You won't have to do anything, all of that other stuff. They'll do all of that for you. They do get a percentage uh, of your what the book is for. They get a large percentage actually, and you just get royalties. You do get money, like I think on the front end or whatever, in advance But I wanted to stay away from that until I did my own research, and so I'm still working on that research. I will post a video once I have completed that research for you. But right now, I don't know too much about that process. I went the self-publishing route, which is a process. It is a process. So there's no getting around putting in work, is what I'm saying. If you wanted your book to be, um, if you want your book to be to the best that it can be, if you want it to be marketable, if you want it to be, um, take pride in what you have, because I've seen a lot of books out here. Let me tell you, you guys know I go out and I sell my books, and I've met other authors, and what stands out is um the visual aspect of the book. How what do the pages look like? How does the layout? What does the cover look like? Does it look professional? There are ways that things look professional and don't look professional. Is it in the right font? Um, is it in? Do they have the correct headings? Is the spacing appealing? All these things. The covers. Oh my goodness, I've seen some covers that didn't look. They look like they printed it out as staples and then attached it to the book. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that if you're really just trying to do grassroots, and you don't have much knowledge about those aspects. But if you want to really reach a large audience, you want buyers from all over, you want to be able to put it up on different platforms to sell. You want to put in a lot of work into making it look good, making it feel good to read, in terms of those edits, layout, all of that. You want it all looking very crisp. You want whatever pictures you get, you want to pay attention to the pixels. Is so much. It's so much, and it can be overwhelming. So, and that's what self-publishing. And that's why I say find someone who can do it. I went to Upwork for mine. Find someone who has those skill sets. If you don't have those skill sets, to make it perfect, and you may have to pay. You will have to pay some money for that. Not a lot, depending on who you get, but definitely invest in your project. Invest in the publishing process, because it is they care about, what is it called? The bleed is so much to it. It's so much to it. Inserts, all of that. If you have pictures, you want to do it right. And so that is the publishing aspect. Um, and finally, once you figure out what avenue you want to go, when it comes to the publishing, how are you go? Oh my goodness! When you are publishing, where do you want it to go? How big do you want it to be? So, marketing. Think about marketing before you publish. I do my own marketing. All of it is me. All of it is me. Okay? And I'm okay with that because I I decided this is my first book. I want to get a go at having the rights, my all the rights are mine. Um Having my rights to my work. Y'all, this cat is tripping. Just going around knocking everything down. Just knocking everything down. But anyway, the rights to my work, distributing to the people that I want to distribute to. I want to hand it to my people, other than those who purchase it on Amazon. So yes, I am on Amazon. Amazon is my publisher for online purchases. And I do they are my distributor online, but I do buy them from Amazon and then sell them myself. And I think you can do that with different. There are plenty of different other publishing platforms that you can do that with. I had them all written down when I first was figuring out that process. There's so many. I want to do these. So everything I'm giving you now is kind of like just squishing everything together because there's so much information per bullet point per step that they will eventually have to all be broken up into different steps, different videos. Let's see. Oh goodness. So yeah, that's what I wanted to give you. Let me see. Oh, is it people in here? Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey y'all. I'm looking at my screen, my self-publishing screen. I did not know it was people in here. I'm so sorry. Hey, uppity Negro, welcome. Ivy, I'd rather put in progress for my legacy than other facts. I'm feeling great here. Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. Uh, you can collaborate with another small business with talent in that field, and you would be networking. You can recommend them for sure, for sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm like, oh gosh, I missed the whole conversation. Okay, so yeah, are there any questions that you may have? Any questions? Uh, because that's pretty much the wrap up. The next step would be marketing. That's a whole other thing. That's something, but you want to keep marketing in mind when publishing because if you don't have time, then you want to go to a publishing house. You want to go to a publishing company and figure out how to do that process. Um, and don't be afraid to do research. You have to do research. That is with anything of value. You have to look it up. Okay. Um, any questions as I think about anything else that I want to share with you guys. Because my goal is to have publishers everywhere. I mean, edit authors everywhere. I want authors in my circle to say, yes, I can do it. I've written this, I have that. Because I know knowledge is infinite, right? We know knowledge is infinite, but how can we get the knowledge out to share it to others so that it can continue to be and continue to move forward and enlighten others the way we read and and have been enlightened by others. Never think that the information that you have, the knowledge that you have, the experiences that you have, won't be able to resonate with somebody, or that there's so much of it out there that you can't produce it yourself. There's always so many different perspectives, so many different eyes in the world. Here is my journey, and people pull from that. Here's my identity. There's so many identities within uh, the writing, storytelling experience. What's up, more beer? Oh my goodness, where you been, mama? Where you been? Okay, Ivy says Does a publishing company do all the editing and marketing for the author? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And that is why people usually go to publishing companies, because here you go, hand it over, and they do the edits, all of that. But they do get, I believe, it depends on the publishing company, about 60-70% of the earnings. Hey, hey, I love. I'll have to catch the replay. Oh, for sure. Yep. Catch the replay. Do you wanna publish anything? Have you published anything? What is your experience? Are you writing something now? Oh, she taking stat. Oh, statistics. Ooh, stat. I do not miss. I do not miss math. I think stat is like business courses, kinesiology, the sciences when it comes to um, mm, deciphering like amounts and grams and stuff like that. I stay away from that. Publish music with, okay, so you do music. Okay. Oh, you got to teach us about music, how to publish music, because I'm a writer, but I don't have anything about the music industry, and I've always wanted to publish the songs and hooks and raps that I've created over time. Um, okay, Uppity says, so the Microsoft editor wouldn't work for book format. Yes, I did mine in Microsoft actually. Microsoft definitely works. Is it are there other ways you can do it? Absolutely. For Microsoft, for sure, you can start there, and that's why you want to get an editor, because so for me, I was just typing. I just typed. Um, but there are formats, but depending on where you want to publish, you have to find out what format they take, just for them to even read it. And I went the self-publishing route. Amazon won't take it unless it's a certain format. The margins have to be are very specific. The bleed is very specific. The the that's the margins. What is it called in the mythical? In-text, all of that. And so you have to, and the font size, you can play with whatever, but everything else has to be, you have to know what size book you want so that you can make sure that those margins are correct. So you always want to get a professional who is skilled at those things, and that's a part of layout. That's a part of layout. That's a part, and then editing the content is something different. So if you can't, you have to be cognizant of who you're getting to edit your work. It's just I hate to put it that way, um, but you might not, if you don't have the formal education, or you're just not, some people are just naturally able to decipher these things. But if you don't, it's very time consuming, and I would say it's not worth it. Just if you feel some kind of way about giving somebody else's your money, find somebody who fits into you know your circle of who you would give your money to. Like for me, my editor was an African American woman, and I felt good giving her my money. you know, so if that's how you can grapple with that, by all means. And then you can always send little um snippets of your work. They call them excerpts. You can send an excerpt to potential editors, and they will give you feedback, and you can say, okay, I like how they edited my work. They found the mistakes that I've missed. and so I'm going to choose them. Or I don't like the way they did it. Yeah, I don't like the way they did it, so I'm gonna go with somebody else. So that's why I like platforms like Upwork, where you have multiple editors at one time, and they essentially compete for the job. And then y'all can negotiate prices, all of that. Um, let's see. Exactly. You don't want to leave out your author voice, Ivy, for sure. And I had an editor who did that. They were really good. Everything was um, very superb. Like when it came to editing, they caught all my errors. They caught everything in the grammar. But guess what happened? It didn't sound like me. And so I speak with a little bit of slang. There are sentences that structurally aren't right, correct. Um, but the good thing about being a writer is it doesn't have to be perfect. If you look at Mark Twain, and his ability in what is it called? Uncle Tom's Cabin. Whoever wrote, what was the one? Huckleberry Finn. Thank you, Huckleberry Finn. Right? There was the vernacular, the voice, the main voice in the work had a very southern um, way about them, and you could hear it in it. And so you don't want somebody who can't hear your voice. Competition brings innovation. I like that. Let me put that up. Yes, 100%, 100% uppity. And that is what you want. You want people to compete for your work because it'll put them on their A game. You won't feel pressure to only choose, to choose them without being able to assess their skills compared to someone else's. Um, a computer editor will not understand jargon. Facts. Yes, yes, yes. However, if you want to, a computer editor is good for catching. Like there are editing apps and sites that if you pay a little bit more, they will recognize when something is um, grammatically incorrect. However, um, it works or it's supposed to work. I don't know how to describe that, but um, they can recognize jargon and slang and separate it from the other parts. And so they focus merely on words and sentence structure, um, and then you can always hit ignore if you read it and hit ignore or whatever. But I did use the computer one first. I did do the computer one first just to be able to have others read it. Let's see. And you want to, and multiple, don't just pick one thing. If you want your stuff to be good, use multiple avenues. Okay, that felt good. How y'all feeling? How are y'all feeling? Um, I gave y'all homework the other day. I asked you to, write that. Some people said they had one sentence. The question is, were you able to build on that sentence and then write what I say, a sentence for the rest, for the other parts? Donald Goings is one of my favorite. He had a good editor because I understood all the slang references, even though it was way before my time. Yeah. Oh yeah. And so what? And a lot of those older authors, they would immerse themselves in the culture. That's in itself a process, and they would have editors who were a part of the culture that they were trying to portray or mimic or embody. And so you want someone, if whatever project you're working on, you want someone who can embody the voice of the main character, of the characters within, of the voices within. If I was writing something a little more academic, and that's why you have to go back and you have to find out who the audience is. Remember, I talked about who the audience is? Let me see if that's in this one. Where are you? Okay, here we go. Step 8. Figuring out who's in that audience. Because because that'll help determine also what type of editor you're going to have. More, and I can't wait to redo the replay. Let's see. How to? I'll come back to that. All right. Okay. Oops. I'm trying to see who. Okay. I'm actually not familiar with the author. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm going to share this for anybody who is curious, like myself, who Donald Goines. How do you pronounce that? Because I thought it was Goings. Clearly, I can't read. Let me do this. Sure. Okay. Where was it? Okay. So, was an African American writer of urban fiction. Oh, nice. His novels were deeply influenced by the work of Iceberg Slim. Gomez was born in Detroit, Michigan on December 15th. His parents were a middle class black couple that ran a laundry business with his mother, Myrtle Gomez. That her family was descended from Jefferson Davis. Oh, wow. And a woman who was enslaved. Oh, wow. Interesting. You know, Jefferson had a whole bunch of them, right? Donald was the middle child of 3 and the only son. Okay. Let's find out about his novels. Okay. It was called the Kenyatta series. Crime Partners, Death List, Kenyatta's Escape, and Kenyatta's Last Hit. And his standalone novels were Dope Fiend, Wow, Horson, Horson maybe, Black Gangsters, Street Players. So is this like a early version of like urban lit, right? Like, wow. White man's justice, black man's grief. Ooh. Okay. Well, there you have it. um, okay. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the chat. Someone that understands the context of the story and storyteller for sure. I'm gonna highlight some of these because these are really good. So what books have you read from Donald? I'm gonna pronounce it wrong again. Goins. Whoresome. Okay. Let's see. If I was writing a book, okay. If I was writing a book and the main character is a doctor, I would pick doctor's brain. Yes, pick the doctor's brain, or if it's a lawyer's brain, etc. Got to make it real. Or you would like actors, right? They live the life of for a short period of time. You would not only pick their brain, but you would try to embody that experience. Mm-hmm. Or watch documentaries or whatever. You would absolutely. Um, let's see. I grew up sheltered. He helped prepare me for the streets. I know y'all read the Black Girl cult classic as well, Fly Guy, by Amar Tyree. See, okay, okay. I sadly the only street lit I've ever read was Sister Soldier. That's the only street lit art author I know that I can think of offhand. And Toni Morrison never she didn't do street lit, but it was pushing along the lines, I guess. I used to write, so I used to research for my short stories. Yes, yep. All of the okay. Oh wow. I've read all his books several times over the years. Okay, there's a read for me, y'all. Thank you. I'm going to read some of this author's work. Donald Goins. That S is so tricky for me, depending on where it's located. Um, What about the coldest? Oh, I love the coldest winter ever. That's my first street look book that I ever read. Yes, that is my first urban book that I ever read was the coldest winter ever. Um, I am more of a reader than television, so books were my entertainment. Yes. Oh yes. Okay, you gotta read Fly Girl. Okay. I love Sister Soldier. So yeah, you guys, and as you can see, a lot of you share similar um, works that you've read, and that is what you want to find. The same way we're communicating, the same way we're brainstorming, like picking each other brain on what we read. You want to have those questions for the person who will be editing your work because you want them to understand the voice, the character's voice. Read Shitless by Rain. Okay, so we got two of them. Let me see. Donald. Uh, go go and Rain. What is there like a person's name? I'm just gonna put Shitless. Author is I guess last name or first name Rain. Okay. So Uppity just gave y'all some extra homework. Well, extra credit, extra credit, extra credit. Uh, um, you know her, and you said you used to watch her on YouTube. Oh, I know her. Hmm. On YouTube. Okay, let me see. Hmm. Now you got me looking stuff up. The Cardo Publication presents Shitless book series based in Southeast DC. Shitless is an explicit street tale about what occurs the moment relation and revenge meet when a ghetto fabulous world is rocked after the brutal murder of her high school sweetheart, Bilal. I never read this. Rain, 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 rain. I don't remember. Her name different on YouTube. Rain is her fake name. Okay. 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 Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's right up my alley. It's about mental health and it's a black drama series. You know what that reminds me of? Tyler Perry. But Tyler Perry doesn't have any books, do we? Well, yeah. Okay. So there you have it, you guys. Thank you so much for all of the feedback, the conversations, the shares. Um, she's got different books under several names. We'll find her. We'll find her for sure. Um, let me see. Is there anything I'm forgetting, y'all? Oh, if there's anything I'm forgetting, I'll bring it up in another live. I'm just so grateful that y'all come and support me. Um, if y'all only knew how much, and please, if you publish a book, if you get to a certain part in the writing process and you get stuck, come here. If you publish a book, come here and advertise it. If you whatever it is that you're doing, please, by all means, this is the space, this is the channel to definitely get yourself out there, promote, promote, promote. If you are an editor and you want to promote your editing skills, this is the platform. um Fiona Zeta has a list of lesbian vamp novels. Pretty good. Ooh. And y'all know, like, oh, let me tell y'all, okay? When I was younger, I was obsessed. When I say obsessed, and see, I only knew white authors in the beginning. So I was a R.L. Stein. I was a Stephen King, and it was some other novels that I never found out who the authors were. But when I say I was obsessed, especially with the Fear Street series, Fear Street. Oh my god. Um, and so vampire movies. Anne Rice, is it Anne Rice? I think so. Um, so vampire movie, vampire novels, all of that. I was obsessed, obsessed. Um, and it's lesbian. Oh, you know I gotta check that out. I read all his books as well. It was only connection to street life as a teen. It was another book. Who wrote? I think I still have it. I made my daughter read it. Um, Someone to Love Me. Anybody ever read that book? Someone to Love Me. Thank you, more beer. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Thank you. Um, so yeah, y'all. I'm about to wrap it up because I think I'm late for an appointment I was supposed to go to. I might have scheduled it a long time ago. But yeah. We can do this, you guys. You got this. If you are working on a book, please keep pushing. I hope these lives help you and motivate you to keep pushing, to keep producing, keep writing, and remember that if you don't share it, nobody will know that it exists. And think about Maya Angelou, and Neil Hurston, all of those women, Toni Morrison, who if they didn't share the ideas that were in their mind, if they didn't share the stories that they had created, the characters, the experiences, no one would know that they existed. And these are some of the most influential works that exist. All right, you guys, please like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video with as many people as you possibly can. And until next time, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, for sure. Be safe. All right, y'all. I'm out.